So over the weekend, I met with a consultant for multi-billion-dollar developers and manufacturers, and he's able to help them basically increase their bottom line by, double digits and sometimes even more. And we met through, just we work from the same co-working space, and we met for brunch. And I share with him some, we talked about this business, and I share with him some tips, and he saw them as really, really valuable for him on a personal level and for his business. And I figured if he saw it relevant, it might be of assistance and of help to you guys as well. So let me quickly go through the 6 things that we went over. Okay, number 1, don't try to focus on 2 businesses, just focus on one. So he has his current business that he joined a partner about a year ago, and they're already at about $400,000 a year in revenue. Now, when we talked about where does he want to get in 2 years, he wants to get into the 8-figure mark a year, so around $10 million in revenue. And he told me that he has this business and that he's focusing 50% on, and he has another idea of building out his coaching business. Now, my initial instinct when I hear something like this is it reminds me of myself, where as entrepreneurs oftentimes we find ourselves always chasing the shiny new object. And what happens is that because we're not really consistent and we're not really following just one path for a long period of time, we're not really able to see true success in our businesses. And so we might be able to scrape a few thousands here, a few thousands there, but this is not the level of success that we as entrepreneurs are looking for. We want to get to 7, 8, even 9-figure businesses, and the way to do it is focus on one. And so I told him, okay, so instead of you focusing on 2 businesses and just giving up 50% of your time for this, just focus on this one business 100%, and you'll see that the compound effect of it would mean that you won't only reduce the time it will take you to reach your goals by 50%, but it will actually be faster because of the compound factor. Okay, now his second idea is noble, trying to help people all over the world learn how to program. It's a beautiful idea, but at the end of the day, I also explained it to him. If you're coming up from a real success story and you've already built a company that does 10, 20, 30, $100 million a year, then you have much more of a social proof showing people what is possible through learning to program. So this is tip number 1. Number 2, when you're young and single, you can afford to take big risks with investments. Limited downside, infinite upside. Now, this is not my take. This is something that Naval Ravnikov, I think his name is. You can look him up on Twitter. Is at Naval, and is one of the more interesting figures in Silicon Valley. He's not just a really great entrepreneur and investor, but he's a philosopher. He's someone who really has a very interesting outlook on life. Now, we are, as entrepreneurs, we're always, drawn to the idea of, okay, just put 10% on investments or 20% down savings and stuff like that, which does have merit to it. But when you're young and you're single, you don't have any responsibility for families and stuff like that, and this is again the way Naval explains it, the worst that can happen is you'll fall flat on your face with a bad investment, and then you can just start all over again. where the upside of risky investments that you're more you won't take them, let's just say it, you would be more careful of taking them when you have big responsibilities, is infinite. Meaning that if you make some risky but successful investments, the uptake is infinite. Like you can make crazy amount of money and see crazy amount of success. And this was in regards to Bitcoin. We're both, very huge believers in this. He's coming from a technical standpoint, me from a philosophical, political standpoint. But in any case, I told him at your stage, don't be afraid to make big decisions and big risks, because it might just turn out really well, and even if it doesn't, then you just start off at zero and you can try again. Number 3 was stay consultant and forget about building a SaaS product. Okay, SaaS stands for software as a service. So what he currently does is he's able to go into these multi-billion-dollar companies and actually help them and then it's too complicated for me because this is not my world, but he's able to see what are their inventory, build this software around it, and have some sort of a predictive analysis. Now he was able to help several businesses in this industry and in this niche, basically increase their bottom line, but by 30% and sometimes even more. And he thought of doing it as, just software as a service, where he gives the developers or the teams, he gives them access and they're able to almost do it themselves. Now, again, it's a great idea, but when you're presenting it this way, the downside is that you're basically, it makes your product look cheap. Okay, now if you're doing everything in-house and you're doing all the reports to them, the amount you can take as a consultant for multi-billion-dollar companies is infinite higher than you would with this software as a service. Because even if you took, let's say, 100K a year for software, which is on the very, very high end of software as a service, it would still be, a fraction of the price that you would be able to charge if you're able to get those results as a consultant. So this is point number 3. Number 4, always under promise and over deliver. Now, he told me about, the percentage that he's able to help these companies save and basically, again, increase their bottom line, and it's in the 20-30+%. And what I told him is that you need to always say that you're able to make, help them get 5%, for instance. Now 5% for a multi-billion-dollar a year business, we're talking about millions, if not tens of millions of dollars, okay, that they're able to save. So just that in itself is something that everyone would want. Now, if this is your baseline and this is what they're expecting, and you're able to over deliver, then you become a maverick. You become a point of reference for all their other friends of, oh my God, this guy was able to take us from here way beyond what we expected. Okay, and it connects to number 5, which is combine this with a strong guarantee. Now, if you have a winning product and you know for a fact that you're able to deliver way more than that, give a strong guarantee. Say that if you're not able to reach, let's say, 3% saving year over year, then it's 100% free and you have a full refund or something like that. Now, because what you're aiming for is 30%, then you're able to guarantee for yourself, not just for the client, you're able to guarantee those results. And people love guarantees. This is something that I took from Alex Hormozi. This is something that I'm implementing in my coaching business. And again, because I know that what I'm giving is 100% can get people there, this is something that I highly recommend everyone to do. Okay, give strong guarantees with your product. And 6, it's the last point, but I think it's a very important note for every entrepreneur. So he told me a little bit about his partnership, and with partnerships there's always some issue. And what I explained to him that partnerships may die off, but the lessons you will learn will go with you forever. Now, I've had my fair share of bad partnerships or failed partnerships in life, and I've potentially lost millions of dollars from those. But I don't look at it this way. What I see is lessons, and it just helped build myself as an entrepreneur better and better for the next step and for where I'm at today. And obviously I haven't finished my my development as an entrepreneur. I'll keep making mistakes and I'll keep having those as lessons, but you just need to look at everything as a humble experience and a learning lesson. Okay, so these are really the six points that I help them. Don't try to focus on 2 businesses, just focus on one. When you're young and single, you can afford to take big risks with investments, limited downside, infinite upside. Stay a consultant and forget about building a SaaS product. 4, always under promise and over deliver. 5, give a strong guarantee. And 6, partnerships may die off, but the lessons you will learn will go with you forever. I hope you find this useful. If you did, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. My name is Lior Vaknin. I'm a business coach helping home service business owners learn how to generate leads themselves without ever needing to depend on marketing agencies. Again, if this is relevant for you, you're able to click the link below and book a call with either me or one of my sales reps. And that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you here in the next one. Peace.